into this quarterback discussion, it invariably leads to wide receivers. And last week, we had this little thing come up about Jacory Roberson at Wake Forest, and I said I thought Zay Flowers was going to lead the league in receiving yards, and I do. And then Packer goes, don't forget, Justyn Ross is back. So where are the expectations in your mind today for Justyn Ross? What kind of path do you think he's going to be on once camp begins in August?
Yeah, so Justin had his big checkup in Pittsburgh earlier this month. We don't know exactly how it went. We're still kind of waiting to see what the doctor said. But if Justyn Ross is cleared to play, which is Clemson's hope, he was a non-contact participant in spring. Clemson's hope is to cut him loose in fall camp and to make him a full contact participant. If Justyn Ross plays, obviously it's been a little while since we've seen him, but I think he's the best receiver in the league if he's healthy and is able to sustain the level of success that he had early in his Clemson career.
Losing Amari Rodgers, I do think is a big deal because he did so many things for this offense last year. But, I think there's going to be, again, I'm just going to crystal ball something. And Grace, this is really more in your neighborhood than mine. I think Clemson's tight end group may be the best it's ever been. And I think this year, Clemson's tight end game is going to be a force where we really have not seen that the last couple of years, where they've been so blessed with great skill guys all over the place that they didn't have to go to the tight end. But the collection of guys, size, speed, nastiness, they've got the whole package, and they got a bunch of them in 21.
For sure. I totally agree with you on that, Mark. I mean, you look at this tight ends group, not only do they return Braden Galloway and Davis Allen, who I thought both had really good years last year, but Tony Elliott is now the tight ends coach, Clemson's offensive coordinator. And he has said for years now, this is a position we want to get more involved in the passing game. This is a position we need more out of. And Clemson really hasn't seen that since 2016 when they had Jordan Leggett. So I'm with you. And now they can rotate these guys. They can play a little more 12 personnel if they want to. Tony Elliott has options, not to mention they just signed the number one tight end in the country in the class of 2021 and Jake Brenningstool. So he's got some dudes he can really rotate in and out. But yeah, I'm with you. I really do think this is finally the year that we actually say it and mean it in terms of this tight end group should look really, really solid.
All right. So Grace, as you start to formulate their playing personality, it does come back to DJ Uiagalelei in this light. He showcased some things against BC and Notre Dame last year. And look, Trevor was tremendous, right? Number one pick in the draft, everything you could possibly want in a 3-year career for any quarterback at any level. But DJ's going to be different. Where do you think the differences spark Clemson the most?
That's good. I mean, there's built differently. First of all, DJ showed up 250 pounds his first spring at Clemson. So I think that's a big difference. And Dabo's talked a lot about this, is that mentally DJ was right there with Trevor and Deshaun, but physically he is a little bit different. So I am curious to see, how does Clemson use him as a runner? What does that look like? And we know that DJ has such a big arm, and we know he loves to air it out. And we know that that's something that Clemson has talked to him about it as well. Like, okay, hey, let's take what we have. I know we obviously know that you want to take the deep ball every time, but I think that that's kind of what Clemson is looking for him this offseason is, okay, this offense is now yours. You have full ownership of it. He's a lot like Trevor in that he doesn't seem to get too high or too low mentally. He seems to be very steady. And I think that the transition is going to be really smooth for him, but he's just a different player. And I think that it's going to be natural for us to compare him to Trevor because, like you said, Trevor was the number one pick in the draft. He was the greatest college football player on the planet. But DJ, I think, has different skills, and I think that he'll be just as successful. It's just now his turn to kind of do it his way.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.